Okay, let's talk about the West because similarly to the East, there's a player. Let's start with the guards, the starting lineup, the guards. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a lock to be a starting guard in the All-Star game for the West.
Absolutely.
Who do you want to see alongside him, though?
Well, it's in San Francisco. Come on.
You put in Steph Curry,
Come on.
the 11th placed Warriors, Steph Curry. I thought we were about winning, B. Let's stay consistent. No.
They
I
do
like
have
to
a winning
stay
record, though.
consistent on my principles.
Okay,
Is
You have a winning
say,
record.
I'm gonna say consistent. And what's their record?
21 and 20.
21 and 20.
Which could change in 2 days' time. They could be below 500.
There you go. Well, today I'm standing on the principle. They do have a winning record, and it's in San Francisco. And more than likely, this will be the last time in Steph Curry's career that it will be in the city in which he plays in.
Oh yeah. No, that's
So therefore, it's All-Star Weekend.
yeah.
And let's also say this: body of work. His body of work stands on the principle of what he's done. So he should be a starter in the NBA. No questions asked.
Hey Mo, BJ always understands the commerce that comes along with this. Exactly.
Yeah.
It is no with this game being with this game being in San Francisco, and Steph Curry's averaging, what's he averaging? 23 a game or something like that, 24, 25 a game. Still shooting a three, still
Yep, 23 a night on 41% from downtown.
downtown, and still has the Warriors relevant in his home arena. You have to,
But I preface this
you
by
have
saying,
you have to send him out
based on
as a starter in the
their
All-Star game.
performance this season. Put the
But
business
he's
to one
performed
side
well.
for a sec.
Well, to me, the only guard that would be in the conversation, because I think he, again, is one of the most talented guys in the league, would be Anthony Edwards.
And no, definitely not. To start the All-Star game for a team coming off a conference finals and now they're fighting to be in the play-in positions. I can't.
Who's that? I think
Anthony Edwards.
you don't see. Yeah, Anthony Edwards.
You can.
No,
you
that's
can
why I said Anthony Edwards is tremendous. That's what I'm saying. That's the one you.
Oh, he's a
I
great
think you
player.
can argue. I think you
But
can argue Ja Morant. I think you can put
Yeah,
some.
and they're third place here. But Ja's missed. I mean,
think
he's played a lot, but he's missed a certain amount of games too. But yeah, Ja.
I think if we sit here every week and we talk about being principled and winning, I can make a case for James Harden. Because no one expected the Clippers to be better than the Timberwolves and better than the Warriors and better than the Suns and better than the Mavericks, especially without Kawhi Leonard for the first however many months of the season. I think I could make a compelling case for James Harden, but I know that's not going
Go
to
ahead.
be
Make it.
a
Mo.
popular
Let me-
opinion.
But Mo,
Let me hear it.
I would say this: all those teams we're talking about, they're within 3 games of one another. It's not like a.
But
huge
at the end of the
disparity.
season, they could still be within 3 games between one another. It's who's
They
won
could
the most
be,
games.
or they could- or
It
they
doesn't
could-
matter if you come second in a race. It doesn't matter how quick your time was and you were zero point 0.1 seconds off winning. You still lost. So
No, I agree. I agree with that, but I'm saying in terms of making the case for him because they're seated right now at 5, and the Timberwolves are seated at 8. And matter of fact, the Timberwolves have beaten the Clippers, I believe, twice this year already. And again, it's Steph Curry, it's just hard. I think with Steph Curry and guys like that, Durant, people like that, there is such a thing when it comes to all-star bursts too, the body of work with those guys, that has to factor in because they're still playing at a high level. Now, look, if they were averaging 10 points a game, that's something different. But these guys are still, in the top tier in terms of what they've done for the entirety of their career, and that's shooting and scoring the basketball. You got to give them a nod. So I have no problem with Steph Curry being the other guard alongside Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as a starter.
okay, in the front court, Nikola Jokic, most
Yeah,
definitely.
no brainer, no discussion.
But as I said before, based on their performances this season, because we know LeBron will get voted in because he's LeBron,
Yeah.
right? But based on their performances this season, which other two players alongside Nikola Jokic would you give that look to?
Well, yeah, I mentioned Kevin Durant. I'm gonna put Kevin Durant there.
KD?
Phoenix, yeah, I'm gonna put KD in there. Yeah, I'm gonna put him again as a guy who has done it for a long time. He's still playing at a very good level. I know that the Suns have been disappointing, but they still have a winning record to this point. But give me KD as one
Yeah,
of
if
the
we're gonna
guys to go
put
alongside
Steph,
Jokic.
you know,
Yeah,
same logic.
if we're gonna stay consistent, if we're gonna put Steph, I gotta put KD there for me. And I know a name. I'm surprised it hadn't come up yet.
Same.
Victor Wembanyama. Now he's, again, there are a few games under 500, but they're a much improved basketball team. They're more relevant. I do expect that they're gonna fight and try to claw their way into that, at least the playing realm, and just what he's doing defensively and his talent. I believe he will be the other guy.
What do you think, B? Jokic, KD, and
We
Wemby?
have two guys, right? We have two
Yeah.
guys, right?
Well, yeah, assuming that you're going to include Jokic. So
Well,
that makes
Jokic,
two.
yeah, Jokic, LeBron makes it. But
Based on this season, you put in LeBron.
based
as
on
the
this
star.
season, okay, I'm going to say based on this season, okay? The Rockets have to have representation based on what they've done. Sengun has to be there.
There we go. I thought I was the only one who was going to say it.
No, I think he has to be there. The Rockets have to have some representation this year.
I
based
agree.
on
No,
what
they
they've
need
done.
to have some representation. You gonna put him in as a starter?
No, Jokic and LeBron James.
You get three for the front court. You got two
Front court. You
guards
got
and
one more
three in the
front court. Yeah.
Okay, and
Give me Jokic, Şengün, and Wemby. I don't care what anyone says.
well, I based on, I got to stay to Kevin Durant has to be that third guy, but Sengun has to have representation. Now, I can't put him
No, I
above
argue
Kevin
that.
Durant. I can't put him above Kevin Durant.
No.
However, what I can say is that there has to be some representation this year. And I'm going to have Sengun, and then I'm going to have Victor Wembanyama, just because we gotta stay principled in what this is all about, even though he doesn't have a winning, because he didn't make it last year. Victor Wembanyama has to be there this year. Now, you can make an argument for Anthony Davis.
Do you know who else you need to make an argument for?
Oh, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis for sure.
Anthony Davis, that's what I'm saying. You can make an argument for Anthony Davis.
I think Jaren Jackson.
I can't put him above any of those guys that I
The
just
Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are second in the West.
Yeah,
Well,
I think Ja Morant will be their representative.
Yeah, John Morant. Yes, John Morant has to be there. I don't know about Jared Jackson, and I think he's had a terrific season, but he's not ahead of Kevin Durant. He's not ahead of, Anthony. In my opinion, Anthony Davis.
Yeah. And right, you see, like I said,
let me ask you this, though.
Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Just if we're gonna stay consistent with the Steph Curry thing and the Kevin Durant thing,
Yes,
and both of them are playing. And Anthony Davis was really playing terrific to start the year off too.
right. Yes, he was.
He was playing as well as anybody in the league. But those guys have a built-in, I won't say experience, but built-in greatness, amount of achievement on their ledger. So when you start talking about filling out the all-star rosters, unless somebody is knocking those guys out of the ballpark with their performance, it's hard not to include those players on the all-star team. So when it's all said and done, Anthony Davis and LeBron James will be all-stars in San Francisco.
Okay, so let me ask you this though, just circling back to when I said Jaren Jackson, you guys said Ja Morant. Ja Morant's played 24 games. Jaren Jackson has played 40 games this season. He's averaging more points a game than Ja Morant. And I understand Ja Morant is the big name and has the flashy highlight plays. But if we're basing it on performance this season, I don't know how you can make a case that Ja Morant would be more deserving. If Memphis only gets one player going to the All-Star game.
I'm just gonna say it. Based on highlights alone, he should make the All-Star, the All-Star team.
Highlights
Now,
before or after the whistle is blown?
yeah.
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
just
say
think,
this: the one kid that I'm just gonna move on. I'll let you guys talk about that. Is Jalen Williams from the Thunder. Now, Jalen Williams,
yeah, no, yeah. Should
Okay,
the Thunder
so
get
there's
you?
only 12 spots. We've already
I know.
said SGA, Steph, Wemby, KD, Jokic. That's 5. Şengün, AD, LeBron. So that leaves four more places in this team. So if you're going to put Ja Morant and Jalen Williams, then
Well,
there's
I'm just
only two
saying for
more
me. I'm
spots.
just
Yeah.
I don't know what we're thinking here, but
I mean,
John Morant.
did you mention Anthony Edwards?
Anthony Edwards. Yep.
And listen, he's got to be on there.
Yep.
Anthony Edwards has to be on that team.
Yep. And then what?
And
James
then you
Harden?
mentioned, I mean, you mentioned James Harden. I mean, he's going to get some
What
consideration.
about Luca? We're not going to
Luka's injured, so
But
he
with
won't
Luke,
be
I
able
think
to
Luka's
play.
been he's missed so many games, and I think he's injured past that time too.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be
Goes on the
healthy.
shelf.
Otherwise, I would have
Yeah.
Luka. But what about Kyrie?
He's missed a lot too.
What about either
What
Fox or
about
Sabonis from the
now,
Kings?
you know, I tell you what I was getting ready to say. The Kings are starting to surge back up. What
9-1
about
over the last 10.
what about De'Aaron Fox?
I'm not mad at that.
The Western Conference is tough. There's so many
Tough.
players. that
I
will
think the
be-
Western Conference is a lot tougher.
Do you want to know
figure
what the
out.
fans are voting right now in the Western Conference?
Yes, I'd like
In the
to hear
front
that.
court, Jokic, somehow, some way, Jokic has got more votes than LeBron. Jokic at 1, LeBron at 2, then KD, Wemby, Anthony Davis, Alperen Şengün, Jalen Williams. Andrew Wiggins is 8th in front court voting for the Western Conference because he's the favorite player of a K-pop band who encouraged their fans to vote for Andrew Wiggins. And then Domantas Sabonis and then Jaren Jackson Jr. In the backcourt, you've got Shea, Steph, Luka, Kyrie, Anthony Edwards, James Harden, Ja Morant, De'Aaron Fox, Devin Booker, and Norman Powell.
Yeah, you talking about somebody having a terrific year, Norman Powell.
Yeah.
He's played great.
Norman Powell is my pick for the most improved player this season because
I have no argument with that one.
yeah, I'm tired of the award going to second or third year players who are just making a leap everyone expected.
Yeah,
them to
no,
make.
I have
I'm
no
here
argument
for
with that.
31-year-old Norman Powell saying, "Forget Paul George, we don't need you no more.
Now-
I'm here."
Yeah. Now I tell you who's going to get a lot of attention. We talked a lot.
Are you okay,
about-
BJ?
I tell you, but who's going to get a lot of attention for the award as well, though, is going to be Evan Mobley. Because when you say younger players,
but that was the expected leap, though.
well, but you still got to make it. You still got to make the leap. We can sit here and say, "Oh, Evan Mobley's going to be this great player," but until he does it, it's just potential.
But I thought he should have done it.
It was a great baseball player years ago, Mo, by the name of Reggie Jackson. And when they asked him about potential, he said the word potential just means you're not worth a damn yet. You're not good enough yet. That was his line. And that until somebody realizes that, then you can put them in that top tier great.
You say that, Scott, but I see NBA teams giving out 10 million a year rookie deals to players based on potential. So they're worth
I'm
something.
not arguing that. That's a whole different conversation.
They were something to someone.
Why they do? Yeah, and there are a lot that have done that. You get no argument from me there. But I'm just saying in terms of for this discussion, and when I bring up Evan Mobley in terms of most improved, that guy had to go out and do the work. He had to get stronger. He's become much more assertive. He's developed into an all-star. There's no way to me, Evan Mobley is not going to be an all-star on the Eastern Conference team. So that is a huge jump. Look, Cade Cunningham but was averaging more points and doing more for his team, even though they were losing a lot. But to me, he's got a real opportunity to become an all-star as well, too. So,
Well, those are our all-star lineups.